Hi, One Hour Smart Home here, and today we're going to talk about Sonos surround sound options. There are really three main ways that you can set up your Sonos system with surround sound. The first option is to use fully built-in speakers with an amp like the Sonos Amp. The next option is to use a play bar with a combination of built-in speakers. And the last option for Sonos surround sound is to have all plug-in speakers like a Sonos Beam and two Sonos Ones. So we're going to discuss how each one of these works, what the best options are, how they could work for your home, and some of the considerations that you need to take into account if you are planning a Sonos surround sound system like this. So the first type of Sonos surround system that we're going to talk about is the easiest one to set up. These are all plug-in speakers, so you can have a Sonos Beam or a Sonos Arc, which are both play bars essentially that go underneath your TV, and then you can pair that with two matching Sonos speakers like the Sonos Ones or Sonos Play Ones. And the advantage of this system is that you can plug it in anywhere and you can take it with you. So if you're living in an apartment, you can go ahead and plug in the Sonos Play Ones and the Sonos Beam or Sonos Arc, and you're going to get great quality sound, and you can move it to any room or any other apartment that you're living in. Now, the only disadvantage of this is you have to find places to mount those speakers that are going to work for you. So it's pretty easy with the Sonos Arc or the Sonos Beam. You're just going to put that right underneath your TV. But depending on the shape of your room, you may have a hard time finding a left and right place to put your speakers for the Sonos Ones or Sonos Play Ones. I have a Sonos Beam paired with Sonos Ones in one of the rooms in my house, and I really enjoyed the surround sound system and listening experience with that setup. It was super easy to install. I didn't have to run any wiring, and literally in a matter of few minutes, I had the entire Sonos surround sound system set up. Now, the advantage of using a Sonos surround system like the Sonos Beam or Sonos Arc with two speakers behind it, such as the Sonos Ones, is that you are going to get 5.0 sound in that setup. So you have a center channel, a left and right channel that are set up on the Sonos Beam or the Sonos Arc, and then you have a rear left and right channel with the Sonos Ones that are attached to that Sonos Beam. So you really do have 5.0 sound. Now, you can make this Sonos sound system a 5.1 system with the addition of a subwoofer. So all you have to do is plug in a Sonos subwoofer and it will pair with your other Sonos speakers and create a true 5.1 surround sound system. However, you don't necessarily need a Sonos subwoofer, but if you want to make sure your neighbors know that you have a Sonos system and you want your house to shake, you can definitely do so with the addition of a Sonos subwoofer and 5.1 sound. Overall, there is a ton of simplicity in the 5.1 sound setup and the fact that you can do it all with Sonos just by plugging things in. You really don't need to have any DIY skills. All you have to be able to do is plug things in and set them up on an app, so it is great for a lot of people. Now, the second type of Sonos surround sound system is a hybrid system where you have a combination of built-in speakers powered by the Sonos Amp and a Sonos bar like the Sonos Beam or Sonos Arc. Now, this is probably my favorite type of Sonos surround sound system setup. And why I like this is because it really does provide a good mixture of sound coming at you from the front where the Sonos Beam or Sonos Arc is placed directly underneath your TV, as well as sound coming from above you and behind you with the built-in speakers from the Sonos Amp. Now, how you set this up is you have your Sonos Beam or Sonos Arc directly underneath your TV and plugged in and connected to your TV. The Sonos Beam then wirelessly connects to the Sonos Amp, which is powering built-in speakers that you have installed either in your wall or in your ceiling. Now, one of the other advantages of this system is you don't have to find a place to locate Sonos One speakers on a stand or on a shelf because you can just have built-in speakers in the ceiling and or the wall. Now, I prefer ceiling speakers because I think they provide better sound throughout the room, but you can use Sonos built-in speakers in the wall also if you have some kind of ceiling depth restriction. Now, the Sonos Amp powering those Sonos speakers that are built in will work with Sonos built-in architectural speakers. There is a Sonos speaker that is designed specifically for the Sonos Amp that will allow you to use True Play tuning, which is a way to tune your speakers to your room using your iPhone and Sonos, where you walk around the room and the Sonos devices balance that sound basically for the perfect setup to that room. You can use the Sonos Amp with existing built-in speakers or third-party speakers that you install yourself, but they will not be capable of True Play tuning because that service is designed specifically to work with the Sonos specific speakers and an iPhone. However, I have found that in most cases, having either a third-party speaker that is of high quality or the Sonos architectural speakers are going to provide a high-quality sound experience. So if you already have some high-quality built-in speakers, I wouldn't worry too much about replacing those with the Sonos specific speakers, because in my experience, as long as they've been a good quality speaker, they're still going to sound great with the Sonos Amp, and they still work in a surround sound setup configuration. If you were planning a surround sound setup with Sonos and a TV room, I would recommend going this route, where you have two speakers behind wherever you're going to position that couch, to the left and right. I'd position them approximately 10 to 12 feet apart from each other, and then center that couch and TV with that Sonos Arc system, and you will have true 5.1 sound. And the way that you get that 5.1 sound is you have both a left and right channel built into that Sonos Arc, as well as a center channel from the Sonos Arc. And then your left and right rear channel are powered by the Sonos Amp and the built-in speakers. And you're going to then have that Sonos subwoofer connected to that system to give you a true 5.1 sound experience. In my experience, listening to a Sonos surround sound system with the hybrid setup, I think it provides kind of the best of both worlds, and it also provides a great music listening experience where the sound just really fills a room because you're getting sound from both the TV from in front of you and that sound from above you that kind of bounces off things and fills the room. So I really like this Sonos surround sound setup, and it would be my preference if I were designing a room with a Sonos surround sound system. Now, another advantage of this hybrid system with the built-in speakers is that you can leave those built-in speakers in place, and as time goes on and you want to swap out whatever technology comes next for Sonos play bars, you can do so. So if you had a Sonos Beam and wanted to upgrade with the Sonos Arc, you could very easily do so by replacing just the play bar underneath your TV rather than your entire surround sound setup, because you could leave those in place left and right built-in channels and then just upgrade to whatever the latest Sonos device is that's going to pair with your TV. Now, the third type of Sonos surround sound system that you can install is a Sonos system with all built-in speakers. So for that type of system, you're going to need two Sonos amps, because even though these can drive 4 speakers, they cannot drive 4 speakers in a surround sound setup. So for a surround sound setup with all built-in Sonos speakers, you're going to need 2 Sonos amps. You're going to need a Sonos amp to power the front, left and right channel, and you're going to need to have a Sonos amp to power the left and right rear channel. Now, this gives you sort of 5.1, but it's really not a true 5.1, because with this system where you have 4 built-in Sonos speakers providing surround sound, it doesn't allow you to pair that system currently with a play bar or Sonos TV bar like the Arc or Beam. What it does is provide a simulated center channel. So you have a left and right front channel and a left and right rear channel, and that left and right front channel is paired together to create a simulated center channel. So it's not really a true 5.1 surround sound setup. You also would need the Sonos subwoofer to make it a 5.1 setup. So it's not really a true 5.1 setup because you have that simulated center channel. Now, in my opinion, you're gonna invest a lot in built-in speakers in this system, and it doesn't really provide that great mix of forward-facing sound that you get from one of the sound bars like the Sonos Arc or Sonos Beam. So you're spending a lot to have the 2 amps and the built-in speakers, but you're not necessarily getting that great forward-facing sound that a lot of us are used to when we're watching television or watching a movie. So in my opinion, it's not my favorite way to build a surround sound system around Sonos. Now, one of the advantages of going this route is that you have a really clean installation because all of your speakers are built in and mounted, and some people don't like to have anything under the TV. However, I think balancing it out with the looks of the new Sonos Arc, it really blends right in with a nice looking TV, so I don't see that as too much of an advantage or a disadvantage in the case of the Sonos Arc. But if you're one of those people that wants everything built in, you could certainly do this with the Sonos Amps. You're just gonna need to make sure that you connect the Sonos Amp to your TV for that surround sound experience. If you plan on going this route of using 2 Sonos amps, I do recommend using the Sonos brand speakers versus third-party speakers because it will allow you to do that true play tuning and provide you a better experience with that simulated center channel for your Sonos speakers. So overall, we've covered how you can set up a Sonos surround sound speaker system in your home and the different ways those will operate in what speakers you would need to set up a Sonos surround sound system in your home. My preference is using a Sonos Beam or Sonos Arc with 2 built-in Sonos speakers and a Sonos amp. But there are plenty of different ways that you can set up a Sonos system if you want something different and really customize it to get what you want in your home. So thank you for watching. Please give us that thumbs up. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you want to support us, go ahead and click on any of the links below. Go ahead, leave us a comment if you've got questions about this. We get a ton of questions about Sonos surround sound systems on a few of the posts that we've published on our website, onehoursmarthome.com, where you can also learn more about Sonos speakers or smart speaker systems.